Hey guys and girls, and welcome back to Crusader Kings 3 A Game of Thrones. Today we will be starting ourselves a new series. First of all, I just want to say a big thank you to all the support for the last series. You guys really enjoyed that one. Do not fear, House Brightfire will be back in the future. As always, as the mod expands, we will definitely be bringing back some of the old playthroughs, just to check out how we can continue on with them. So, in today's episode, we will be doing a lot of talking, maybe a little bit of action, but not a whole lot, just to get things underway. We do have a new mod in and an old mod out. We removed the mod that added, the White Walkers, and we have added the mod that adds pretty much, I wouldn't say all of Valyria. It does technically add all of Valyria. So it is the Legacy of the Valyria mod, which adds, of course, Volantis, the Dothraki. I went through here and added a nice, powerful Dothraki horde for us to maybe get it interacted with. Of course, it adds the destroyed Valyrian island. Well, I wouldn't say islands, because they weren't islands when they were destroyed. But yes, the models look absolutely amazing. I really do like them. Though we won't be really interacting with them. We're just going to view them as complete ruins, cursed lands that we kind of want to stay away from. It adds Slavers Bay as well. So we got Marine, we got Yunkai, and we got Astapol, as well as New Geese. And it also adds down south here as well. It adds, I can't remember what this province is called. There you go, Sotheros. Which used to be a prison colony down here for the Valyrians back in the days, where they used to do blood magic and cursed things like that. We also have a couple of pirate islands here. Over, I can't remember. No, that's Yeti is up here. Karth is around here. I can't remember the name of this island, but I just remember it's like, I think it's split into north and south. I can't remember. We got some the Manticore Islands over here. I can't remember the name of this island as well. And also we have Ashire as well, which looks really cool. As you zoom in, it gets all dark and gloomy because it's meant to be in perpetual darkness. Well, that is the rumors anyway. So we will be visiting most of these places. We'll see how things go. Yeah, but today we are playing as an adventurer during Robert's rebellion, and you're just probably wondering, why is he wearing Kingsguard armor? Well, that is because we're playing not a disgraced Kingsguard, but we are playing as Master Robert Waters of the Kingslayer. He has an adventure group he has an adventure group called the Kingsguard, and that isn't to reflect his glorious past. It's pretty much to sustain the name of the Kingsguard. So this backstory is he was a squire for one of the Kingsguardsmen. One of the Kingsguard, of course, died during Robert's rebellion at the very beginning. We're just going to be saying that, though I don't believe that actually happened. And Master Roberts was knighted as the new Kingsguardman. However, because his name was Robert, and he kind of looked like Robert as the rebellion kicked off, Mad King Arius went really off the rails and viewed him as a spy/assassin. He was stripped of his knighthood. He was burnt as well, and he was thrown in the black cells, where he became wrathful and wanted vengeance. However, he was lucky and able to escape from the black cells by being assisted by his squire Targon, who is compassionate, brave, calm. So that really reflects him, sneaking into the black cells. He's got to be quite brave and calm about that. He was very compassionate about his master being thrown innocently into the black cells, and of course to reflect that he's loyal and he is a squire as well. So at the moment it's just the two of them. We are fleeing King's Landing, and the reason we are keeping some of the traits, so we are keeping the Kingsguard trait, is because we're going to be using that to reflect power within the mercenary group, the Kingsguard. So, why the Kingsguard? Well, like I said, he wants vengeance. He wants to disgrace the name of the Kingsguard. His brothers within the Kingsguard refused to assist him, bending the knee to the king, no matter what, even though what was done to Robert was a disgrace and shouldn't have occurred. So yes, he wants to pretty much burn the name Kingsguard to the ground. He wants it not to be known as, the 7 chivalrously knight that guards the king, but he wants to know them as a pretty much death. So if you're mentioning the Kingsguard, you want to look over your shoulder. You want to fear them. If you see the army of the Kingsguard marching towards you, you want to flee for your life. So, like I said, to reflect that, we've got the Kingsguard white with red blood, the skull, and 2 swords is our banner as well, to represent pretty much death and destruction. It would have been cool if you could actually change it. Like, you could design it. A nice red stripe through here would be really cool. Just like red pauldrons or something. That would be sick. So yes, like I said, so we're only starting off with 2 characters at the moment. So as always with these series, if you guys have a character that you guys want to add with a bit of a backstory, put it down in below. And as we move along, we will be picking up some characters. We do need to pick a patron, so let us pick that one now. We're just going to go the warrior. I think it makes the most sense at the moment. It will cost us 50. We just need to pick something. We don't really need diplomacy. We need 1 plus prowess would be okay. And plus 2, yeah, we don't really need anything in battle. Now, I did have the trait mute. But if your character has mute, your character can't do anything as an adventurer. So for some reason, it won't allow you to visit castle holdings. I don't know if that's a bug. But you can also, if you have mute, you can't go on things like a hike or a hunt or monument expedition. I know we can't do them now because we don't have the perks, but even if we had the perks, you still can't do it. You can't do anything. I don't know if it's a bug, but yes, so we've removed the trait mute. I did have the trait mute because I was going to say his tongue got cut out as well. But unfortunately, yeah, that caused issues as well. So unfortunately, that is no longer the case. Normally, I don't like having squires, but of course, we do need to train him. So can we do a quick train straight up off the bat? No, we can, but I don't think it's smart to do that. We are fleeing for our lives. Robert's Rebellion has just kicked off. We're trying to use the chaos to escape. So like I said, we're going to head on over to Pentos because it's the shorter trip. We are going to be fleeing to the Sunset Bazaars because that is the port. So let us head on over there. It will cost us most of our provisions. And because we need to bribe our way across as well, we are going to spend 10 gold and hire experienced captains. Also, just to make our trip a bit safer as well. We don't have a caravan master, that's okay. We are going to customize our route a little bit, just because we're going to be it's going to be a while before we're in King's Landing again. And the way we're doing it is, we try to flee through the gates, but unfortunately the gates have been barred. So we've had to then flee back to the Red Keep, because, that would be the last place, they looked for a Kingsguard, is under the very noses. And we're going to flee through the sewers or the underbelly like Davos did in the books. He wouldn't have done it in the movie. The TV series. No, sorry, not the books. I can't remember if Davos has snuck out of King Red Keep in the books. Probably not. Anyway, so we're going to do it just so we can pick up these 4 places, and then let's apply that, and let's, like I said, get out of here. It is going to cost us most of our provisions. But like I said, we're just going to do that as a bribe. Anyone who's automatically hired, like these guys here, yes, definitely, will not be, they can join us, but they won't be the inner core of the Kingsguard. So any characters you guys create will be knighted as Kingsguardsmen, which does give us diplomacy +1, prowess +4. I'll probably also give him some Kingsguard armor, but it's going to cost, so, we'll say 100 gold. So what we'll do is we'll just remove 100 gold. We'll do like 150 gold. 1 for the sword and 1 for the armor. That way it can like be passed down through generations and stuff like that. So we do have our Kingsguard armor, which does give us resistance to +5 and monthly renown. And also we got a longsword as well, which gives us +3 prowess, +10 pursuit efficiency, which isn't going to be useful for a long time. And enemy fatal casualties +8. That's actually not too bad. that will really help, especially if we can get this guy being very aggressive. We do need to pick a perk as well. We're going to go Wandering, because I do want to get Journeyman as well. And we're going to go Destination Focus, just to get our prestige up. Martial Stewardship is useful. +2 Diplomacy. We have no Diplomacy, pretty much. We got 2, so like I said, it's, yeah, not that great. The other traits we have is Dutiful Captain. You know, he's not the best fighter in the world, but he's quite good, so that's why he's a Dutiful Captain. We've just picked up Aspiring Bladesman just then, which is a really good perk to pick up straight away. We got Aggressive Attacker, because, you know, he's quite aggressive, you know, always on the front foot, never on the back. He was knighted, however, he was stripped of his knight, but I will keep both of them just so we can continue knighting people throughout our group. Athletic, I figured he'd have to be at least athletic and strong to be part of the Kingsguard, especially with Ares' Kingsguard, which were of a high standard. So I don't think, you know, just some unknown person would have been picked. So he's quite strong, he's quite athletic. He does have mismatched eyes as well. He's got one red eye, one purple eye. And that is kind of also what's caused issues with King Ares. You know, he saw the mismatched eyes and, you know, being crazy, figured, you know, he was a witch, a spy, something out to get him. So, like I said, that's part of it. And, of course, we got Burnt and we've got Skilled Fighter as well. Like I said, he's not the best fighter in the world, but, you know, he can hold his own. Like I said, he's a part of the Kingsguard. He's got to be quite decent. Terrible Diplomacy. Pretty good Martial. Not too bad Stewardship. Not too bad Intrigue. Above average Learning, but really good Prowess. Now, the funny thing is, Prowess is, a lot of it's actually coming from, well, one is Longsword, so that's 3. Patron is 4. Skilled Fighter, that's fine. Kingsguard is, you know, a good part of it, we've just picked up just then. We've picked up, you know, Aspiring Bladesman. We've picked up the Kingsguard traits. Skilled Fighter, you know, like I said, he's quite a good fighter as well. Like I said, he probably would be one of the best in the world anyway, even though I didn't want him to. But like I said, at the end of the day, that's okay. We picked up a couple of prestige points, as well as some intrigue experience and so on. We will definitely be picking up... Who are you? You're a holy brother. You know what? Because we're fleeing, we don't have time for people to join us. Though he wouldn't be too bad. He's quite a good... learner, and he does have some decent traits as well. He's Wise Man Learning. If we could yeah, not like I said, not bad, but no. I think we're going to pick up the Traveller and get some experience in Wandering, but like I said, we're going to continue on with our trip. So the good thing about picking up Traveller as well is we get +10 monthly Wandering lifestyle experience as well, so that's quite good. If we can get Wandering up as high as we can as well, we can really get that going as quickly as we can, because the +20% would be really useful. That health boost wouldn't be bad. Learning, I do want Learning up as well, just so when we go to, eventually we'll go to, we'll not sneak in, but we'll go to Old Town to study once things have settled down. But yes, you know what? Derelict ship, where are we? The sea is calm and forgiving today, still as a boulder and a powerful wind at our back to boot. It seems it will be an easy day for the rowers below, but then I spot the mangled corpse of a ship buried nose first into some jagged rocks just ahead. We are going to visit, even though we are fleeing. Technically, we're not the captain of the ship. We are just the passengers. So the captain has decided they want to investigate this ship. And we have picked up... Okay, that's not too bad. We picked up a marble scepter. We helped out with, you know, the recovery of the derelict ship, and like I said, we were able to pick up something quite useful. We will most likely be selling it as well. +1 Learning, it's like, we don't have time, you know, we don't have the resources to hold on to it at the moment. Like I said, we got to get our money up, we got to get our resources back up, and then we got to, yeah, like I said, I don't think we really have the space to be lugging around a scepter when we will most likely be selling it. Our words are, of course, are for gold and glory as well. Like I said, oh, that should be... Oh, no, because he's probably not of age yet. Yeah, that's okay. Yes, so like I said, we're definitely picking up gold as much as we can. Glory, it's all about, and death, pretty much. If we got a chance to kill any lords or kings that are in our power, we'll most likely execute them. Like I said, we're not crazy, but ooh, heist. Yes, we'll definitely be doing criminal contracts as well. So that is actually really useful, but I don't think we have enough people at the moment. So we're going to visit the shops. Let's go and visit. You know what? Let's find a fun craftsman. Let's see if we can pick up something decent. Ooh, maybe a spear. You know what? I think this Pentoshi spear... Ooh, we don't have the gold for that. That's okay. I'm not going to pick up anything yet. Any armor? +2 prowess? No. Like I said, none of this. We're not going to pick up any armor. I'm just seeing if we got anything decent that we could try and flip. What about fertility? No. No, nothing really. That's okay. Like I said, I was just seeing what was available more than anything else. We will visit the taverns. I will hear a story or two. We could pick up a stewardship point, which would be quite nice. I don't want to spend 43 gold on just getting Hostilute because we don't have that at the moment. So let's see if we can... Okay, we got exotic stewardship. So that adds 6, I believe. 6, yes. Adds 5, sorry. Correction, adds 5. Not too bad. Not too bad at all. Not much we can really do it. We'll see who's for recruitment. See if we can pick anyone up for free. There is somebody available. Tesario. You know what? I think we're going to pick up Tesario for free. These guys, like I said, won't be coming... unless they, like, rescue us, I don't think we're going to be allowing them to be part of the inner circle. So he's not bad. That will help us with some of the contracts as well. We're done here. Let's get out of here. I was thinking of something else. We do need supplies, but I think we're going to do a contract. Let's sell an artifact. It's currently offering 22 gold. Now, of course, I could probably just go through here and go peruse artifact and see how much it's worth here. And I'm assuming it's going to be worth 90 gold. Yeah, like I said, we could make an absolute killing out of it, which we're going to do. So let's sell the artifact. We don't need it. This is a public market. This is like more of a private market. We'll gather the provisions, yes. No, we don't want to gather the provisions, so that's fine. I wonder, can we sell it twice? We can technically sell it twice. That's dodgy. I'm not going to do it. Yeah, I'm not going to... You know what? I'm going to do it once just to see if it actually works. Okay, it does. So, that's pretty... Yeah, that's pretty bad. We're only going to do it once. The reason we did it once is I just wanted to see if it actually worked. And what we'll do is... we sold it to one guy. We promised him he'd buy it from us. So he bought it from us. We stole it back and then resold it to the other guy as well. So like I said, we kind of cheated him. But that's okay. I just wanted to test it if that was actually possible or if nothing had happened. Because it's technically not within our hands anymore. But like I said. Transporting contracts are good, which I think we're going to pick up. Because you can accomplish them quite easily with only a few people. So, we do have a heist. But like I said, there's only really... There's 3 of us. Well, yeah, realistically, there's only 2 of them. There's John and Tesario. Targon isn't able to because of his age. So like I said, and we can't get involved either, which is always a bit of a shame. I always wish you could actually be part of it as well. But I suppose you got to lead the men. The other thing is, like I said, all inner circles will be appointed to camp followers, no matter how good or bad their traits are. So you have to be part of the Kingsguard to be a officer. Followers is a completely different thing. All Kingsguardmen have to be knights as well. They will be forced to. Why are you kind of grayed out? Can I force you to? Okay, I can force you to as well. Cool. We'll just allow you to. Maybe he wasn't my knight. I don't know. But yes, they get picked over anyone else. So John could be 100, but if he's not a Kingsguardman, but Tesario is, and he's 18, Tesario will get picked over John as well. Like I said, no matter what, Kingsguardmen will be forced to. And then if we got any spare spots, then the regulars can be appointed. And I will say they have a chance to earn their spot. So if they are quite a good knight and they kill enough men, we will also be keeping an eye on that. I'm thinking also of adding a stat sheet as well of how many each of you guys, your characters, kill in battles. So we'll do that as well, and maybe they can earn perk points or something like that if they kill a certain amount. I don't know. Something a little bit different. So what we're going to do is we're going to do one escort mission, and then leave the episode there. We got a couple of good contracts. I think we're going to do one escort contract at the moment. 96 gold, that's pretty good. What are you paying? 84. Okay, definitely we're just going to pick up this contract here. So let's take the contract. A delegation from Magister Joris saunters through the flaps of my great tent. We don't have a really great tent. Greetings, adventurer speaks an envoy. Many other roads of this world and treacherous. If you'll work for Hadeswood, my liege will pay well for your expertise. I, Irenia, am a most loyal servant of the Magister. It is his words I must carry to Weshold. To the Hall of Lords... Okay, good. We're not going back to Westeros because that would have been dangerous. Lord Pytho. Guide me, protect me, entrust me. Yes. We're not going to travel all together. We will be swift. So, like I said, if we'd had any contracts over here, I think we would have had to cancel it. Because role-playing reasons, there's no way we're heading back to Westeros at the moment. We do not have a caravan master at the moment. So, like I said, I can't pick any of these guys because then haven't earned their spots quite yet. We will hire a mercenary guard just to protect us as well. And then we're going to customize our route on the way back. So once we've visited the Tablelands, we will of course check out Pentos as well. Is that the only ones? That's it? No more? Cool. That's it. Okay. And we'll just go back like that. So yeah. Sweet. So we will visit the Palace of Prosperity. We will visit the Temple of R'hllor and also the Cheesemonger's Manse as well. Since we've heard rumors that is where you can pick up some pretty good contracts. So we're just going to start traveling. Like I said, this is going to be quite an easy contract to complete. We do have a mercenary captain in charge as well. Once again, unless, like I said, there's an event that turns... Hang on. Oh, okay, he might not hang around. Okay, that's fine. He's part of another mercenary group. Probably the mercenary group that we hired to allow us to do this contract. Excellent. You have come at my acquaintance's Magister Jory's behest. No? On what business? She steps forward and we have completed our contract. So 96 gold, that's pretty good. We get 150 prestige and we add him to our role of patrons as well. And we also get a weak hook on him. So that's not too bad. So let's head on back. Minus the 20 gold we hired for mercenaries. We probably didn't need to hire them. But like I said, sometimes we will, sometimes we won't. Just depending how the contracts are looking. Sweet. We did gain some experience in Seasoned. I wonder if... So we're at 16 at the moment. Is it... Okay, so every province we get... I'm not saying it's 6... Oh, you know what? It could be every time we visit one of these locations, we get extra experience as well. And I wonder if we pick up any more. So it was like 26, I believe. 24. Okay, so that's not too bad. We've picked it up. We picked up a little bit. We're almost gotten hit and wandering. Now the question is. So all other levels. So technically we can get plus 20, plus 20. We can actually get plus 50% if we do some travelers. So we'll do the escort emissary track as well. Because like I said, we can pick up some points there. This will give us prowess and stewardship, which is really good. And we can get plus 2 stewardship, plus 2 prowess, plus 15 travel safety, plus 10 travel companion, plus would be what, plus 10? And like I said, we can get 40 monthly lifestyle experience, 15 in speed. I don't know what 2 tiny boosts would add. Maybe medium boost. 1 learning, 1 diplomacy, 2 learning, 2 diplomacy. So the learning would be useful. Diplomacy would be useful as well. We do need to start trying to get them up. But with that, as always, thank you very much for staying tuned this far, guys. As always, I hope you enjoy this series. Once again, if you guys have any characters you want to add, please let me know. Names, backgrounds, culture, religion, and all that stuff down below. And a bit of a backstory as well. And yeah, we'll see how things go. I'll probably add 1 character automatically ourselves, unless you guys want to add them. We do need a maester. The maester will be a disgraced maester, so I'm probably going to add him ourselves. Myself. So yeah, so you guys don't need to worry about adding a maester. You guys can go free to add whoever you want. So until then, hope you guys have a good one, and bye for now.